Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this file. It's a SVG, and they're trying to contour around the textures, but if we do a couple of tests first, I always put a yellow box around it, go up to Object, Order, Back a Page. Nothing's there, it looks good, but if we select View and Wireframe, there's the problem. Now, I don't know what the problem is, but we'll go back to Enhance. And what we're going to do, this thing is all grouped together, and there's a box around this, which I do not like. I know he's going to engrave it in leather, and he's going to try to cut it out. So that box is a little bit concerning, but we're going to go to Object, Order, or Group, and ungroup it. Now, and you can see that the bounding box is much bigger than we need. But if we click on the Texas, it's been somehow power clipped into there. So I'm going to move it out of the way. Now you can see that the bounding box is back to normal size. Let me do that again. See the bounding box is over here, which it shouldn't be. Let's just go wireframe again. You know, that's just playing off that square, I guess. Go back to enhanced, and we've still got it broken apart. I'm going to make sure there's nothing there, and there's nothing there. So what we need to do, you cannot contour this because there's nothing there to contour. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually convert this to a bitmap. Doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to go black and white, 1 bit. I'm going to trace the bitmap. I'm going to use some clip art, which I use 99% of the time, and 14%, 50, done. Nudge it out of the way. And then I'm going to left click, right click, and we see we have 2 outlines. And now, first of all, I don't know that I would want the state engraved or just cut out. So I'm going to show him what it would look like both ways. If we take this 2-sided line and go up to Object and break the curve apart, if we click on the inside, we get the inside contour. We could move that over, turn this red, and it would cut it out of leather. But if you wanted that, I don't think it would look good if you had a black edge right on the line, but I think that's what he's asking. So what we're going to do now, let me move that over. So that's the outside one. This is the inside one. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and we are going to contour it to the outside. I'm going to go RGB, and I'm going to go red. And I'm going to hit apply. It put a little bit of a it actually did it to the inside, to the outside. Well, sometimes my Corel does that. And also, we'd probably want to pick rounded corners. Tell you what, let's do blue. And it's still doing it to the inside. It must be because I'm backing up to the outside. Yeah, I can't. There we go. I don't know why it's doing it to the inside. There we go. Now it's to the outside. Now, we need to go to Object, break the contour apart, and we're going to take, if we select in the middle, we get the middle one. And if we look, if we move this over, it's just a hairline thicker, and you could contour whatever you wanted. We're going to move that contour over there, and I am just going to smart fill this, would be the safest thing in black, to engrave it, because we don't want those lines. We want to leave them right there. So that's what it's going to look like. It's going to engrave it and cut it out. Now, I'm going to look at this real quick to see what this is. That's a power clip. For some reason, I would do the same thing to it. Let me move it up. Let me convert it to a bitmap. I don't think it would really matter, but to be either safe or sorry, because you could draw that in 2 seconds. Outline trace, clip art. Oh, yeah, I moved it all the way out of the way. Now, if we look at it under view in Wireframe, we don't have that bounding box. Go to view, enhanced. Now, the only thing, and we look down here, we have no lines. It's all fill. So let's just put that back. So now you should have a better product. I'm going to look at, it's got several fills. I don't know why you would have, well, that's because I've grabbed the 2 thing. You see, whenever you grab that, it's grabbing the furthest most out. So we're going to take that and look, there's no fill, there's no lines. This is all fill, there's no line, because the worst thing you could do, so there's no lines. This is the only line, and it's a hairline. We can select it. Still something's going on right here that shouldn't be. I do not, the bounding box ought to be right here. Let's look at it again under Wireframe. The bounding box should not be over there. I've never really seen that before. So what I'm going to safely do is move this over. I'm going to get rid of everything else on the screen. I'm going to group this together, Control G. Well, I'm not going to group it together. I'm going to hit F4 on the keyboard. And there should be nothing there. Tell you what, let's go here. And look at that, when I do that, the bounding box is only, so there's something there. Trying to figure out what else to do. Let me take this and move it out of the way. There's nothing there. There's something on this screen. So safely, what I would probably do is take that file. That is weird. Well, you know what? Now we can have F4 on the keyboard. See, there's something there hidden. So let's do that. Let's just, while we're doing this, go to Windows, Dockers, Objects, and let's select all these objects. So there's a group of 1 objects, another object. Let's click on it and look at all some kind of objects on the page that are hidden, but I don't understand why they don't. Let me hit delete. Shouldn't have to do this. SVG data, I do not know what that is, but that doesn't bother us. Okay, everything's gone. Now our bounding box is back to normal. It was just, you know, there could be something hidden. It should have showed up under Wireframe, but it didn't. So nevertheless, if you're ever running that problem, I would safely grab this, copy it, open a brand new page in Corel, and paste it. Now it's going to paste it way over to the left because I was way over to the left. I don't understand that. Maybe there's a barcode. I'm going to just say cancel. There we go. I must have hit the wrong button. So if you were going to do a lot of these for the one I'm helping, I would still test this file. And what I would do, I would move that out of the way, and I would engrave this. Of course, it's probably not going to be 13 inches of a piece of leather. But if it is, you run a piece of good leather. I would engrave this before you cut it out. And then if it doesn't cut anything, then you can do two things. Like an epilogue laser has a button you could select just the cut line to run. If you don't have that, you could move this up out of the way and move this back and then cut that. You know, instead of using a combo job, which you could do on the rest of them once you know it's safe. Whenever you have an SVG that had this many problems to begin with, I'd be real leery of it. So, took a long story to get it done, but I think we got it done. I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.